Today, I wanted to share a quick look inside All Things Thee to See. It's a devotional by Stephen Whitmer, and it's based on the poems of George Herbert. So, I had been using a devotional, New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp. I gave that away to a friend a few weeks ago, months ago, and I'm just so glad that Crossway sent me this one. It's so beautiful. The first thing that caught my attention was just the beautiful cover. If you can see the texture, it kind of has like a cloth over the hardback, and it's you can feel the texture. It's just so beautiful, the binding. It's a very beautiful book. And Crossway really does an incredible job with their book designs. Their covers always feel super high quality and just timeless. This also feels very textured as well. And they're just perfect to leaving out like on your coffee table. I usually like to leave mine near my living room, my coffee table, or my side table. So these are beautiful for that, for just like leaving out. They're really high quality. This book is written by Stephen Whitmer, and it focuses on helping readers see God's presence in everyday life. I think I've said in other videos, I'm really not into devotionals usually, but one of the reasons I like New Morning Mercies is because it's very theological. This one, on the other hand, it's so beautiful, very poetic. There's 40 poems in total, and after each, let me see if I can show you. So, I mean, it is pretty, let's say, theological. I'm going to show you the table of contents: the altar, the agony, redemption, Easter wings, sin, affliction, repentance, faith, prayer, denial, virtue, mortification, dialogue. Um, so there's a poem, and basically after each poem, and they're so beautiful. And then after the poem, you have a section where there's basically an interpretation of the poem, and it's called Savoring the Poem. And then you basically have an application section called Shepherd by the Poem. And again, there's 40 total, and those are all of the poems in the book. I wanted to read one of the poems for you, The Agony. Philosophers have measured mountains, fathomed the depths of seas, of states and kings, walked with a staff to heaven and traced fountains. But there are two vast, spacious things, the which to measure is doth more behove, yet few there are that sound them, sin and love. Who would know sin, let him repair unto Mountain Olivet, there shall he see a man so wrung with pains that all his hair, his skin, his garments bloody be. Sin is that press and vice which forceth pain to hunt his cruel food through every vein. Who knows not love, let him essay, and taste that juice which on the cross a pike did set again a broach. Then let him say, if he ever did taste the like. Love is that liquor sweet and most divine, which my God feels as blood, but I as wine. And we have the definitions are down here. The layout is very readable, easy to follow through. They're pretty short. You have the poem, then you have Savoring the Poem, and then you have Shepherd by the Poem. They're really good. And I love how these poems and like the interpretation and the application, it really encourages us to pause, to reflect, and just intentional worship of his word. I think this book would be really meaningful if you're wanting to deepen your awareness of God in your daily routines, whether during quiet time, your study time, devotionals, or just everyday, everyday routines, everyday moments. If you want to just sit down for a second and as you sip your coffee, they're really quick to read, and they're really beautiful. And if you like leaving out your devotionals near a side table, out on your coffee table, this one is really good. They're really beautiful. And again, like I said, they're They're short to read, but very deep in just devotion. The poems are just beautiful, and I love just the beauty of the language used. I love that it has an interpretation section to help you really understand the poem, because the poem is written um, in a language I would say pretty similar to the King James Bible. You know, very old style English, but then it has the interpretation of it, and I'm calling it interpretation. It's kind of what it does basically, and then it has like how to apply what you read. So I think overall it's just very beautiful, very thoughtful read, both in content and design. So if you enjoy reflective Christian books that help you connect theology with daily life, this is definitely one to look into.